Collaboration is very, very important. Don't get into this thing where, oh, it's my idea and I want to be recognized for it all the time and all that. Learning how to do that effectively with some level of self-awareness, I think is very, very important.
One other thing we see as a trend is that there are a lot of GCCs which are moving to India, right? And because of the talent or for low cost reasons or whatever. Now, that's an opportunity for a lot of people in India. So, what is it that, let's say, the US looks for where it opens a GCC, and how do Indians working there, really shine? Because many of these corporations are very US centric. So, how do people shine in GCCs? What do they need to do, and how do they align with their global counterpart?
I think this is a good question. I'll share my perspective. I don't think, either this is complete or may not be even fully accurate. But what would I look for? Because I've had teams in India for the longest time, and had some very good teams, had some challenges there, no different than any other site in the world. But let's pick India in particular. I guess I can speak to that as an insider. so so please, give me that latitude here. I think there are few things that are very important to folks, at least in the culture of in the US, in the tech industry in particular, right? Number one is communication skills. You have to, you don't have to speak with an accent. You don't have to go to like some school to speak like a glib person. I would say learn how to be an effective communicator. Very important. Like even if you're very good, if you can't communicate, it just detracts from the impact you can have. Number two, be collaborative. This is where bunch of challenges come in. I'm not, and let me try to play them out a little bit, and then we'll sort of talk about it. So in collaboration, what happens is this, is that you're working on something, your idea doesn't get picked, and next thing you are defending it, and you're kind of slowing everything down. I mean, you have to learn how to listen. I'm working in a group. I mean, my idea may not be picked sometime. It's totally okay, right? Don't get into a squabbling sort of an environment. That's typically another important. So collaboration is very, very important. Don't get into this thing where, oh, it's my idea and I want to be recognized for it all the time and all that. Well, in a collaborative environment, I mean, there is always push and pull and this kind of a thing happening. So learning how to do that effectively with some level of self-awareness, I think is very, very important. Another very important thing is, and I'm not saying this, a lot of people do it. Sometimes we get into the selling mode all the time. We're always, like somebody asks you for status or something, and you're trying to present only the best face of what is going on, because we think that is what is expected of us in that moment. Actually, a lot of the work culture here is to actually learn about the problems and ignore all the stuff that is going well. So this can often be a mismatch, and which is kind of an interesting learning for me as well. Like when they ask you how are things going, this is not the path to great success, because after 3 times of doing this, and in reality things are not going well, your credibility really goes down. So be transparent, be upfront about, hey, you sure talk about what's going okay, but then, by the way, here are the real challenges, and here's what we are struggling with, and here's what's not working well, and here's what we've been working on. We've still not been able to fix it. Be transparent, because that is a really, so I think those are few things I would say which are very important working in this sort of cross-cultural sort of an environment.